Transfer deadlines are looming, and these players have established themselves individually in Qatar. Players aiming to take the next step in their careers can use the World Cup as a kind of gladiator struggle. Pressure is always high in the coliseum of this sport, which attracts an audience of 1.1 billion viewers. No matter how sophisticated modern scouting is, a player who shines in the heat of the moment, especially one who's only weeks away from the spotlight, can benefit from the bounty of the transfer market. Even if he hasn't stood out much for his club, or if he doesn't play for a team that gets much international notice, he still has a chance to shine in front of a worldwide audience. Hello and welcome to Goalside. In today's video, we will talk about 8 players who will earn big transfers after the World Cup. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video. Here is a look at some of the breakout performances in Qatar at the 22 World Cup, whose stock has just increased just in time for the winter transfer window, which opens for the main leagues in Europe at the beginning of the new year. Yasin Bono, goalkeeper Morocco. The friendly Moroccan goalkeeper from Montreal has made a bigger splash and won over more admirers than any other player in recent memory, while Bono has been a solid contributor for Sevilla over the course of several years. His recent heroics with the Atlas Lions have apparently caught the attention of numerous clubs, including Wolves of the Premier League and Real Madrid of Spain's La Liga. In the quarterfinals, Bono made many key stops to help his team advance through Spain, and then he stopped 2 penalties in the shootout to seal the victory. After that, he played a brilliant game against Portugal, making several spectacular stops to preserve a second consecutive shutout. In their run to become the first African team to reach the World Cup semi-finals, Morocco didn't allow an opponent to score, conceding only an own goal to Canada. Quite a little of the credit for that goes to Bono, whose assured and technically sound goalkeeping was crucial. He might be 31 years old, but he's played in La Liga for 6 years and excelled under the most intense strain imaginable. Dominic Lavakovich, Croatia. Another goalie whose daring play stood out in Qatar is competing in the other semi-final. Croatia has proven that it's content to extend matches past the 90-minute mark and force the issue to be decided by penalties. That won't work unless your last line of defence has your full trust. Lavakovich has always shown his mettle under pressure. He kept a shutout against Belgium in the group stage despite a 3.07 expected goals differential (XG). Then, he saved the day in 2 consecutive penalty shootouts. In the shootout victory over Japan, Lavakovich stopped 3 of the first 4 penalties. Against heavyweights Brazil, the overwhelming pre-tournament favourite, he stopped an unbelievable 11 shots, including the decisive one in the shootout. The 27-year-old has consistently developed top-notch play for Dinamo Zagreb. Because of his composure on the international stage, he might be in line for a promotion with his club. Pervis Estupinan, Ecuador. Not making it into the final round nearly seemed awful for Ecuador. Valencia, playing forward, displayed his classic class with a goal-scoring performance, and Estupinan, playing left-back, showed off his offensive and defensive prowess. The 24-year-old Brighton player has recently signed with his new Premier League club, so he won't be a hot commodity come January's transfer market. However, it was his play in Qatar that established his reputation as a top Premier League fullback in every facet of the position. Although Latri was the better team, they lost a game against the Netherlands that Estupinan created more shots than anybody else on the team, 6. According to Squawka, he also won more of the ball battles than anyone else on the field. As far as fullbacks go, his technical skill is top-notch, both on and off the ball. He has the potential to become a deadly player in the Premier League if he continues to hone his craft. Joško Gvardiol, Croatia. Son Heung-min did not become the most famous anonymous hero in Qatar. Many of the best clubs in Europe have been keeping tabs on this RB Leipzig player for some time. In the wake of Gvardiol's impressive performance at the World Cup, numerous clubs will reportedly make an offer to sign him away from the German Bundesliga. If midfielder Luka Modric is the key to Croatia's cautious yet clinical play, then Gvardiol is the insurance policy. He's fearless, quick, big and reasonably at ease with the ball at his feet. Vatreni's penalty shootout victory would not have been possible without his bold blocking and physical play against Brazil's limitless forward talent. Oh, and he's only 20 years old and accomplishing all this. Leipzig paid just under $20 million for the defender in 21, and after doing well with Croatia in the World Cup, they'll make a tidy profit. Josip Juranovic, Croatia. Even though Gvardiol did a fantastic job of stifling Brazil's offense, Juranovic was the defensive unit's shining star. No player equaled the Croatian right-back's 7-shot creating moves, as he was tasked with limiting the influence of Real Madrid's star Vinicius Jr., but his 120 minutes of solid defensive work should increase his marketability in the forthcoming transfer window. Following his transfer to Celtic a year ago, the 27-year-old is currently putting together his finest performance to date. After his performance against some of the finest players in the world in Qatar, the defending Scottish Premiership champions would likely ask for a hefty sum. Sofiane Amrabat, Morocco. Other than their strong goalkeeping, the two unexpected finalists share a technically proficient and tirelessly running midfield. Amrabat fills that role and more for the Atlas Lions. The 2-0 victory over Belgium in the group stage, in which Morocco's midfielder Nourdine Amrabat played a key role in stifling the Red Devils' attack, marked Morocco's entry as the ultimate World Cup dark horse. The 26-year-old, though, truly shone in the round of 16 against Spain. In the middle, where the Spanish had been running rings around the opposition, Amrabat stood his ground and stifled any chance of a goal. It was in large part due to his work in front of the defensive half that La Furia Roja had trouble in getting any good looks. Amrabat was once again a vital cog in Morocco's spectacular quarter-final victory over Portugal. Based on data compiled by Opta, no Qatari outfielder has ever recovered more balls. He currently plays for Italian club Fiorentina, but after putting on one of the best performances by a midfielder in this competition, he should soon receive offers from more prestigious teams. Jude Bellingham, England. Again, England's chances at a major tournament were dashed, but not because of the efforts of its young dynamic midfielder. Bellingham's career has been on the upswing for some time, so his success in Qatar wasn't exactly surprising, but he proved himself to be a player of distinction and the future of the English midfield. Bellingham's inherent talent for the game has earned him early comparisons to the English greats of yesteryear. Whether it's helping double-team tricky wingers, leading a counter-attack, or making a late run into the box to fire home off a cross, he's at the heart of everything the Three Lions are attempting to do. At the age of 19, it's likely that he will leave German club Borussia Dortmund for one of the Premier League's wealthiest clubs in England. Enzo Fernandez, Argentina. In addition to Lionel Messi's final dance powering Argentina's World Cup run, Fernandez's play has added its own gasoline. The 21-year-old has had a spectacular rise to prominence as a central midfielder for both club and country, culminating in his recent transfer to Portuguese side Benfica. Concerns surrounded the central midfield position for La Albiceleste in their build-up to the Qatar match. The horn has been rung and Fernandez has answered it. Substituted in against Mexico, he extended Argentina's lead to 2-0 with some forward thinking and a worldie of a goal. Without Giovanni Lo Celso, he would have been Argentina's starting striker, and his combination of offensive threat, defensive disruption, and match tempo mastery was exactly what the team needed. As a result of his impressive play, he attracted interest from some of Europe's best clubs. Do you think these guys deserve the big contracts after the World Cup? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.